let me introduce you to myself. I am time and fate. Have I ever told you about the tale of how fate tells us a story? Well, come with me. I think you're going to like it. Life. You only get to live once. Life. Do you live in this world for a reason? Life. The past is what makes history. The present is what the infinite choices we make. And the future is what fate gives us our own main story. But, you know, for all the years that I've existed and listened to everyone's stories, including from the stars, day and night, and from fate itself, I begin to discover more and more about the very meaning of existence every single day. A story is always told, unless it was to never exist in the first place. If there was a story that had no meaning, no passion, and no self-purpose, then why did it ever exist in the first place? Every day, I see people just passing on by in everyday life. In the shopping centres, on the road, or even out in public. I see stories being told within fate's hands. The past that made history to them. The present for the infinite choices that they make. And the future for whatever fate tells their story. Each time a clock ticks over every second, a page turns over and their story continues. Of course, a story will always come to an end, but once it does, it will never be forgotten. They become the past, making history by changing and listening to the other stories that have been told to them, changing the way that their story has been told to others. As the day and night passes, the chapter ends and begins a new one. As the years go on by, the series ends and begins a new one. That is why every single chapter counts, because everyone has only got one story to tell. As much as I want to give my spare pages, chapters, and series to the other stories, death is only inevitable. The clock keeps on ticking. It will never stop. Time wants stories to be told to it, so I can keep on ticking. Time never stops reading, flipping through the pages every second, finishing up on the chapters every day when the sun rises and sets along the horizon, and ending the series every year. Fate and time have known each other for a long time now, but that's exactly what makes the time keep on ticking as fate tells us a story. Our voice, our emotion, and our senses is what puts words onto our pages. Love, happiness, sadness, anger is what paints a picture into other people's minds. Just like a poem. A poem is always written from the heart, and it changes the way you live and think, even if a poem is only written with just a few words. This is why so many people can get manipulated so easily by others, changing the way fate tells their story. Music. It's what gives us peace. It's what makes our souls sing in the morning and at night. Music is the flow of our words, in the pages that keep turning over every second. But why? Maybe it's the gentleness, the soft tone that push into another world that you never thought existed. Well, who knows? That's for another storytelling time. Can a story really make you believe? People say that seeing is not what makes you believe, but rather is the way that you believe that makes you see. A story's words can paint you a picture into your mind. I guess it's not about the words that are on the pages. It's the belief within them, inside that black ink of the white piece of paper. New stories are made, and old stories come to an end. But the belief in those stories in the past that made history will never die. Stories don't stop believing. Time won't stop ticking. And fate continues to tell us a story. So, do we live in this world for a purpose? Well, I truly think that you do. But here's the real question. Do you think that you have a purpose in this world? In this point in time, my storytelling has finished its series. It begins anew. Oh, and before I go, let me tell you this. My good friends of mine, Unus and Annus, they set a great example of how they were able to make the world grieve and weep over having a year to pass on by, and having all the achievements that they made along the way to simply go and disappear. So, let me tell you this. What do you think you could accomplish in 1 year if you had the time to do so? Unus, Annus. Momento, Mori. If a story had no meaning, no passion, no self-purpose, then why would it have a meaning? Why would it have a meaning? Why would it exist in the first place? Why would it exist? Why would it exist in the first place? Anyway, why was it created in the first place? I don't know where I'm going with this, I'm just like... Every day, I see people just walking on by. In the shops. If a story had no meaning, no passion, no self-purpose, then why would it exist in the first place? And listening to other stories that have been told to them, changing the way that their story, changing the way fate tells their story. And the soft tone that puts you into it. This point in time, my storytelling has finished. It's I was so there, man. I was so into it. So every time, man, just fucking do it. Before I go, let me tell you this. My good friends of fuck. What do you think you could accomplish? For fuck's sake. Take this up again. Fucking zoom. Okay. Flipping through the pages every second. Finishing up on the chapters every day when the sun rises and sets along the horizon. And finishing, fuck me, dead, bitch.
But you can see right here that this is not enough. We want more asbestos, so much more asbestos, and I can't tell you enough how much I want to hit this book.
That was actually so good. It was not even funny.
Yeah. I'm sick to death of this! You constantly do this, over and over again, all the freaking time! What am I supposed to do with this bullshit? You're very sad.